boxing.
On the edge.
Fighting into the red corner. Here's the undefeated rising lightweight superstar,
Okay, welcome back to Boxing on the Edge. I hope everyone's doing all right. This coming Saturday, we have the return of King Ryan Garcia. He is back in the ring. He's facing Emmanuel Tagoe. I hope I got that wording right on that. This fight is in Texas at the Alamo Dome. It's great to see Garcia back. This is a matchup in the lightweight division, so let's talk about it. Now, let's start with King Rye, okay? Lots been spoken about him since he beat Luke Campbell in a great win, actually. Came off the deck, showed adversity, picked himself up, didn't look, that hurt for too long, bounced back quite dramatically, actually. It was very impressive to see his punch resistance, if you will. And, he got off the deck, he climbed back up, and he got the stoppage in an awesome body shot. And then, he had this episode of mental illness after that. He said he was suffering depression straight after the fight. So I think the best place for him is in the ring. I know he has a supremely large following on social media. I can only imagine that plays a bit of a part of it. But it's nice to see him back. He had some issues getting a trainer too. There was some back and forth with Eddie Reynoso saying he wasn't training properly. People were saying he's injured, stuff like that. So he's now with Joe Goosen. Now, Ryan Garcia is extremely talented. He has those fast twitch muscle fibers in his arms. He just shoots off those amazing left hooks. Reminds me a little bit of the way Nonito Donaire used to flash a left hook. It comes out of absolutely nowhere. He uses it as a beautiful check hook and he knocks people out with it. He's got a nice right hand too. He curls that right hand. He's got explosive power. He's got explosive speed. And, obviously he's got some heart because getting off the deck, like I mentioned, as he did and fought back to win, that's impressive. That's another tick on the box of the intangibles. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this lightweight division pans out. We got a lot of big fights bubbling up. We've got the Kambosos Haney fight has been made. Obviously Tank is about to run out of his contract, and Garcia now, and obviously he's with Golden Boy, so they are going to want to push him because without Garcia they're looking like a little bleak over there. So I hope they do because you want more players in the game at the end of the day. So great to see him back. Let's talk about his opponent. Just quickly, I mentioned he was trained by Joe Goosen. Obviously, been in the game a long time. Some would say he's a legendary Hall of Fame trainer. Be interesting to see what he can do to Garcia, and Garcia's dad is involved in that too. So, I always like to mention the trainers and who trains them. So, moving on to Emmanuel Tagoe, Ghanaian. I did a little delving into his record, and his first and only loss actually came by stoppage, which was his debut. And then since then he's fought a lot of cab drivers. Like, it looks like he's had a fairly soft touch, if I'm honest. He doesn't look like he punches very hard. He had a good win against Mason Menard. That was his either his last win or the one before that, and that was his best win and most recognizable name. But Menard at the time had lost 5 out of his last 9 and been stopped 4 times. So, how good is that win? So I personally think that Tagoe is, going to be an alright opponent, but I think he's been brought in for Garcia to look good against. If you look at the tail of the tape, every aspect Garcia has got quite a large advantage in. If you look at the physicalities and the attributes of speed, power, quickness, footwork, heart, that Tagoe, it looks like he's got a bit of heart. I'll give him that. I haven't watched a load of him, if I'm honest, but it certainly looks as Garcia should be heavily favored in this fight, and you know, let's talk about the fight breakdown and the prediction right now, because I honestly don't see this fight going very deep at all. Like, Tagoe makes a lot of mistakes, and if you're gonna fight somebody like Garcia, who's got flashy hand speed and can end the fight at any minute, right? You have to get the fundamentals down to give yourself a chance, or you have to have something special about you too. And Tagoe leaves his hands down a lot. He makes a lot of mistakes. He's got fairly clumsy footwork at times. Like I said, I don't think he's got much power. His record is deceiving, because a lot of the people he supposedly knocked out, if you look at their record, I think my nan could have knocked them out, to be honest. But you know, maybe he'll give it a go, and maybe Centennial will put a good game plan together, because actually when Garcia fought Morales was backing Garcia up, and he had some success, and he was keeping his right hand glued to his chin for the most part, you know, protecting from that vicious left hook that Garcia has. And once he neutralized that a little bit and he was backing him up, it looked like Garcia was running out of ideas here and there, and he got hurt a couple times in that fight and ended up winning a majority decision. But that was probably his toughest fight. So I would say you got to back Garcia up. You got to keep your hands up while you're doing it, and you got to pay attention every single second that you're attacking or you're in the mid-range, because he can let off, like I said before, those dynamic shots out of nowhere. And I think that's what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I think this fight is going to be over within 4 rounds from a sharp counter left hook, or maybe even one of those drill right hands that he throws in, like a corkscrew right hand. He turns his punch over nicely, actually, Garcia. He's got some beautiful punches, no two ways about that. And I think he's going to let his hands go on Tagoe's head, and I think it's going to be an early night. I really do. We'll see, but my guess is Golden Boy want to reboost their asset. They brought this dude in. He's got a respectable record, but if you take a little closer look at the record, then you know it seems a little padded, to say the least. But my prediction would be, you know, the first 3 rounds, I would say this fight's going to be over, and I think it's going to be from one of those dynamite left hooks. I think he's going to knock Tagoe out, and that'll be the end of the fight. You know, like, he makes too many mistakes, and Garcia's too dangerous too early for that many mistakes to happen. And like I said, if Tagoe's got any chance, he really needs to back Garcia up. Might be able to do that in the later half of the fight if he can survive the first few rounds, but I'd say my money is on a Garcia KO between 1 and 3. Either way, I hope both guys come out healthy. I hope Garcia is able to fix his mental problems after this win and stay in training camp, and, you know, keep training and keep working hard and keep doing what he has to do to get the big fights at lightweight, because there are some monster fights out there. You know, the Tank fight, the Kambosos Haney winner. My word, would we love to see one of those. I mean, we've got an absolute plethora of big fights at lightweight if they can get in the ring with each other. So that's my fight breakdown and prediction. Let me know yours in the comments section below. Does Tagoe have a chance? Am I overlooking him? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And this is Boxing on the Edge. I hope you guys are good. I'll see you soon.